So you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with
Okay.
Peak Scent is back on Diddy's trail just as his trial is about to begin, revealing the list of all the shady characters Diddy has gotten involved with in the business. Beginning with Meek Mill, Ja Rule, Bryce Gray, Icko, Cyrus. Usher Jay-Z is 50. And Justin Bieber, he was on the verge of becoming one of Diddy's boy toys as well. B refused to accept it and exposed him right away. 50 asserted that he realized Diddy was on a certain pitch when he offered to take him shopping.
Then Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stopped. Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it. And he was like, why don't we like go shopping or something? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like,
As we speak, Diddy's attorneys are now asserting that he was not mentally stable at the time of his crimes because he was constantly high on a number of hard substances and that the prosecutors are singling him out as a scapegoat because of racism. Many of the people involved in Diddy's foolishness are panicking now that his trial is starting and the whole truth is about to be revealed. And they have been paying millions of dollars to fund his lawyers in an attempt to rescue him from this mess and save themselves as well. Child PLS. 50 has been dragging Diddy ever since he first began exposing his evil ways by posting this picture of him in the hospital with multiple plush animals and captioning it, "He was on Diddy's neck long before he was implicated. Sorry, I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy." You are now left under the leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow #Den of Thieves. And he wasn't lying when he said Diddy was going to turn all Thezarapas out because he did just that, and he got away with it for a while. 50 even went so far as to upload this picture of Diddy and Rick Ross appearing to share a kiss on stage, with the comment, "I'm not saying anything, but something isn't right." When Diddy was questioned about it in an interview with The Breakfast Club, he appeared genuinely anxious and attempted to dismiss it as unimportant. "Okay, laughing my ass off."
About that. And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why are you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me.
When it comes to the specific men Diddy had turned out and forced to engage in his DL freak-offs, there are many people on the list, with Meek Mill at the top of the list. Meek Mill was incriminated when Diddy was sued by music producer Lil Rodney. Like with everyone else he discussed, Rodney didn't specifically name Meek Mill and Usher in the lawsuit. But he did provide some descriptions of them along with specific details that essentially made everyone aware of who he was referring to. He described him as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. And as we all know, Meek was one of those Philadelphia rappers. After people started tearing him apart and making fun of him for letting Diddy use his chocolate hole, Meek started to lose it and went on a lengthy tirade on Twitter in an attempt to dispel the notion that he wasn't a punk. He said, "I'm from Philly, and nobody won't even offer me because I'm that heavy. No man or anything would ever approach." Diddy's former bodyguard leaked an audio recording of Meek being brutally beaten by Diddy at a freak-off party. Before I play the sushi for you all, please be warned that it will likely be the most traumatic tape you will ever hear in your life. Meek was literally screaming for his life as Diddy ripped through his cheeks. But Diddy continued, "I woke up to the sight of this on every blog as if they knew I was coming."
Kept going.
Now, when it comes to the specific men Diddy had turned out and forced to engage in his DL freak-offs, there are many people on the list, with Meek Mill at the top of the list. Meek Mill was incriminated when Diddy was sued by music producer Lil Rodney. Like with everyone else he discussed, Rodney didn't specifically name Meek Mill and Usher in the lawsuit. But he did provide some descriptions of them along with specific details that essentially made everyone aware of who he was referring to. He described him as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. And as we all know, Meek was one of those Philadelphia rappers. After people started tearing him apart and making fun of him for letting Diddy use his chocolate hole, Meek started to lose it and went on a lengthy tirade on Twitter in an attempt to dispel the notion that he wasn't a punk. He said, "I'm from Philly, and nobody won't even offer me because I'm that heavy. No man or anything would ever approach." Diddy's former bodyguard leaked an audio recording of Meek being brutally beaten by Diddy at a freak-off party. Before I play the song Sushi for you all, please be warned that it will likely be the most traumatic tape you will ever hear in your life. Meek was literally screaming for his life as Diddy ripped through his cheeks, but Diddy continued. I woke up to the sight of this on every blog as if they knew I was coming.
What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over.
Similar to Usher. Justin began dating 40-year-old Diddy when he was just 15 years old. Diddy even promised Justin a Ferrari for his 16th birthday and an entire mansion for his 18th birthday.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Yeah, this will be yours. It's a little dusty, but when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Many reports circulated that Diddy was also attempting to control Justin. And shortly after, Justin stopped hanging out. With Diddy, there was even a video of Justin appearing extremely uneasy when Diddy questioned him.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing.
Oh, but it doesn't end there. There have also been rumors that Diddy broke into YK, Osiris's house, after they were seen on vacation in Jamaica in 2021. YK Hadri shared a sexy picture of Diddy in the pool, shirtless, with prayer hand emojis on his Instagram stories, seemingly worshiping his sugar daddy or something. Later, he shared a picture of him receiving a massage while lying down in the nude, with the caption, "Listen to that Diddy, eating that good fruit in the lovely weather," and this picture of him sultrily leaning in to eat a bunch of fruits. Which many think was taken by Diddy. When he was questioned about it during his Breakfast Club interview, he denied it, but he was grinning and laughing a lot. It's only increased people's suspicions of him. Ja Rule was another person who was supposedly doped out. Yes, you heard correctly, sis. Gene Dill, Diddy's former bodyguard, spilled this tea. He previously disclosed that when they returned to the hotel where he was staying, Ja Rule came over and they locked themselves in the room for hours. Gene claimed that they had been there for so long that he started to worry. But when he knocked and tried to enter, Ja Rule screamed from inside that Gene shouldn't walk in because there was a lot of weird stuff going on. This happened while he was still working with Diddy.
When Ja said, "You don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on,"
according to Jaguar Wright. Bryce Gray was another individual Diddy allegedly interfered with. Will Smith and Diddy gained access to Bryce Shear when his mother, Andrea, and then manager Charlie Mack sold him to them.
Hey Andy, I'm talking about Bashir's mom. I'ma kick you in your and then I'ma go to work North Philly style. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell. I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You CI. I'm sorry.
Do you feel this is...
Came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bashir, to help her get Bashir out of California into Chicago safe to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is, she wasn't nothing but a dealer's. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bashir in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay.
It would be impossible to discuss 50 Cent's exposure of Diddy's boy toys without mentioning Jay-Z. Although 50 had always had issues with Jay, he began to really go in on him after Diddy was arrested. He announced this shortly after it was reported that the feds had raided Diddy's house by posting the documentary's official poster along with a picture of Jay on a milk jar. Said, "Anybody seen Jay?" The man wasn't picking up his phone, according to Lil Puff, who then posted another picture of Jay with the comment, "Here is Jay-Z's last reported scene waving at Puffy Jet, lol." We assumed that 50 had finished being nasty when he shared this incredibly disparaging image of Jay-Z with the comment, "Jay is hibernating. He ain't going outdoors with Puff blowover. So I'm outside with everything you have, including brunch, lunch, and dinner." And we will never forget Diddy's 50th birthday, when Diddy chose to double slap Jay's cheeks when he and Kanye were on stage. He knew better than to do it to 50 because he knew that person wouldn't tolerate it. So he did it to Jay instead. Interview 11/22/11/27. However, 50 isn't finished because rumors have it that he intends to continue dragging this out now that Diddy's trial is underway and exposing everyone who let themselves be turned out by him. As usual, people had opinions, such as the person who claimed that Diddy's first training was with Clive Davis, but he later made it much more aggressive and widespread. I love that everyone is speaking out, but I hate that we think someone else said. Wolves, thanks for the expose on Diddy. I don't blame those who were affected by his actions for not coming forward sooner. It's to speak out when you're alone and feel like you don't have any support. There must have been something big holding them back in the end. Lives have been lost and silenced. But it's time that truth surfaced and the world listened. Their downfall. But now I'd like to know what you think about 50 revealing all these rappers who exposed themselves for Diddy. Do you think more names will be revealed during the trial? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below. And don't forget to click here to view this additional messy video.